We'll begin with a reign of terror. A few murders here and there.
Hello, friends and fiends. Welcome back to another episode of Blood and Guts, HHN. With me, as always, is my partner in frights, Mad Matt. How's it going, Mad Matt?
Well, Evil Adam, if I'm being honest, I'm about so-so. It's good that we're getting news, but, maybe not be the best news that we want to hear. But,
Right.
Friends and fiends, we'll get into that in a little bit more details. But first, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. We got some announcements for you. We got some news. It looks like Hollywood got a little bit of love this week.
Yep.
I know they were dearly waiting on that news and updates. For those guys have been sitting in the wings waiting on that for a while. So
Yeah.
I'm sure they have to be feeling a little. Well, I don't know after we talk about these prices if they're feeling any relief or not. But needless to say, we got several things to talk about for you tonight. So let's go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, just like you said, Hollywood dropped their ticket options, and first thing we have is the general admission. It's at $77, so that one's not too bad when you think about it.
Yep.
But here's the kicker: they got the Express at $209, and then they also have the Unlimited Express for $249.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple more options here. We have the after 2 p.m. /night ticket for $117, and then after 2 /night with the Express Pass for $349.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a lot of coin.
Yeah.
And then you got the RIP tour for $389. And then they have their Scream Early, which is just listed as the HHN Early Access for $10.
That's not bad at all for that, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know it does get rather busy out there. I've seen some videos where opening night is just a huge queue on every property. But
no, you're like you said. I mean, the one thing on here that I see that I wish they would bring to Orlando is the option is the Unlimited. I know they do it, but they don't announce it as something you have to actually walk up to the box office and see if they're offering it that night.
Right, and it depends on if they're offering it that night or not. You might be there 3-4 nights and they're not doing it that night.
Exactly.
But that would be great to do Unlimited Express because you could hit your favorite house again and again and again, and that would pay for itself.
Oh, definitely. I know I'm the top. I can go there when they open at 6 o'clock, and I'm there at 2 a.m. when they're chasing you out with the chainsaw.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I would definitely get my money's worth with it. So it's exactly like you said. I would be able to hit all 10 houses, and then it'd be the ones I want. I'd just do back to back. And the beauty of this event, if you've never attended it, is every time you go through the house, you see something different, which is why that option would be awesome for the ones that aren't there for the frequent fear pass that's going to be there throughout the year anyway. If you're only there for like a week,
right,
that'd be a great option to have.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, transitioning then, we also seen that was announced today that they are going to do the theming for the hotels.
Yeah,
and
they usually do. They usually do a little something at the hotels when there'll be photo ops, theme bar. But now that looks like they're going to theme the lobby too, right?
Yep, that's what it has on there, the lobby theming, and then I can't remember if it said that if the bars are going to have.
The bars will definitely have theming, and I know that they will do just like at the event. They usually do. I don't know if they do specialty food, but I do know for a fact that they do specialty cocktails for the bars that are at the hotels that you cannot get at the event itself, Friends and Fiends. So if you're looking for some kind of more immersiveness into the event, and you stay at Cabana Bay or Endless Summer or a few of the others. What's the other?
You have the Hard Rock.
And then what's the one with the boats? I can't never remember the name of that one.
Yeah, off top.
Portofino or something weird like
Bay.
that. Yeah, then they always have theme. Yeah, but they'll do that again. So there will be themed drinks there.
Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, you think we might see you frequent in one of them bars?
Well, we might this year. We might do that just for you guys and roll over there and see if we can weasel our way in and get you guys some content of the hotel immersiveness
So
this year.
we'll send our top men.
We'll top men to stir the pot. That's right.
So, I mean, like I said, just seeing all that I love just the extra stuff like that. So, like, if you are staying there, that just gives you just a little bit more incentive having that theming.
Yeah.
I know if you stay on site, not at all the hotels. It's like their upper echelon of hotels. You can get like things like express passes thrown in for free.
Yep.
So that's always an option if you're looking and you haven't booked yet, and they do have some rooms. That may be something you want to look into.
Yeah, and I think that they do express for the parks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they do Volcano Bay, and then the two islands and Universal, of course. But it's a pretty decent deal, as well as, the transportation inside.
Oh, that's the transportation. Like I said, is
And
awesome.
so you got your boats, what are the ferry boats and the
The
buses and things like that. So
awesome. The next on the docket we have new footage from BioReconstruct.
Yep.
Aerial photos
Right.
of the new tents showing where the facades are being built. So, give me your thoughts on what we're seeing. To me, there's really not a lot there, but
There's not a lot there, but this is the same. BioReconstruct is the same team that will bring you the aerial footage of Epic as it's going on and all that stuff. So you will see this facade start to take shape.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like just to be a black
Facade.
surface, and I mean it's kind of hard to tell what. Is it a house? Is it who knows what it's taking shape to be? But the thing I like about it is you can see the size of the tent. If you look in some of the photos, you can see a vehicle, a box truck or a regular sized truck, and you can actually see how big these tents are compared to the other tents.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I am excited for. Like you said, is just the sheer size of these new tents, and the photos, like you're talking about. If you look at the box truck, just try to give it some scale.
Yeah,
still doesn't do it justice.
That's probably
for what we're seeing.
12 to 16 foot box truck, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Which you can imagine that, and how many of those would fit in there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm like you. I'm excited to see what takes shape there. So I mean, if they're working on the facades, if they keep getting those aerial shots, we should be seeing stuff hopefully weekly. So
yep.
Like I said, there's just nothing but news to come with these the houses they're building and the news that's going to be coming out and dripping to us. So.
Yeah, and you're going to see those start to take shape. They'll build it, the framework, and then they'll put the paint on, and then they'll sculpt it if they have to sculpt it, and they'll start laying out the little touches that go around the facade like they did with Darkest Deal.
Right.
Like
that was
gravel
awesome.
And the old signage and all this stuff. So it'll be really cool to watch that evolve.
Mm-hmm. Yes, like I said, I'm super excited. So moving on, then we have the big news of the episode, like the creme de la creme of what everybody's tuning in. So we have another house announcement, friends and fiends.
Yep.
And it is A Quiet Place. And the synopsis that's been released, it says, in this house, the earth has been overtaken by horrifying, sightless creatures who find their prey with their exceptional hearing. The only way to survive is staying completely silent. You will creep from the farmhouse to the woods to the foundry in complete quiet. That is, you better move in complete quiet. One slip and you'll summon the terrifying creatures who will silence you for good. So
yeah, and that's both coasts.
Yeah, Hollywood and Orlando. So Hollywood finally gets their first house announced. So they're still really lagging behind because Orlando's got 7 now, where they've got 1.
Yeah, and Hollywood, I believe, has 8 houses. So they've still got 7 more to go.
Yeah. So with this, we did find out it's only going to incorporate the first 2 movies.
Yep.
And now this part is a little cool, even though I know nothing about ASL in the sign language that goes into it, but that's going to play a big part in this house, and they want it to be as authentic as they can. So I mean, I think it's cool they're adding it. Now I don't know how to sign.
Yeah, I don't.
But for the ones that are hearing impaired, that's a cool addition for that.
Yeah, and so I think that with my fear of the house is what you're going to get, and I'm sorry if this is a bit of a rant, is in the Chupacabra style house. Everybody was, you had your killer villager. Mm-hmm. Trying to kill you, and then you had about 3 puppets. So every other character was a villager.
Yeah.
I don't really care for that, and I hope they don't repeat that with this house, where every character you meet is a person who's trying to escape or hide or run away, and all they do is to shush you, and then there's a monster here and there's a monster there. I really hope they don't go down that road.
Yeah.
But then again, I was trying to also think of a house that was really low on my hype and expectations that exceeded my expectations, and I have to think back to last year's Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Exorcist last year was really low on my hype and expectations.
Right.
But after going through it a couple of times, it shot above the expectations, how awesome it was.
Right.
You know.
No, I'm in total agreement with you. And like I said, to me, it's not much of a rant because it's exactly what I fear. It can go one of two ways. It could go the way you presented it as well, like I said, where they're coming around shushing you. You see more of the people trying to hide than the creatures.
Exactly.
And if it does that, like I said, I'll be very disappointed in it. I'm hoping they lead more towards, even though it wasn't my favorite house last year, kind of like The Last of Us, where you had all those creatures throughout the house. And,
I want plenty of creatures. And I know they're big in the movie.
Right.
They're big. And then in this footage that they released, which we're going to try to show that here, this footage that they released of the little Horror Nights teaser trailer, the creatures are rather large.
Right.
So let's have that. Let's get some good puppets in there, and let's.
No, like I said, that's exactly how I feel about it too. Like I want to be more creatures, less of that. Like a good. I mean, it sounds as far as the set pieces goes. If you're starting out in a farmhouse and you're moving through the woods, through the foundry, that to me is a good sign. Like we see some good set designs now. Granted, Chupacabra was just like that. It had great set design. I love the setting for it.
Beautiful
like I said,
sets.
but then the actual scares and the Chupacabra itself missed the mark.
And I know that the story with that one was, the mask maker has made the mask for the villagers to hide their identities while they're killing the tourists. And so every killer was just your killer with a different mask, which I don't want to see that again.
Right.
You know?
And I mean, I'm being honest as well, I'm going to have to go back and I've watched the first Quiet Place. I've not seen the second one.
Yeah.
It's just not a movie that I really have no opinion on it because honestly, I've watched it, but I don't remember much about it. But obviously, I don't remember hating it, but I don't remember loving it either. I'm just very indifferent about this.
Kind of neutral on it. Yeah.
And so you feel the same way. You feel neutral on the IP.
I'm very neutral on this, and if it exceeds my expectations, then I'll definitely be letting you know in our review of the event this year, and I know you will as well.
Yeah, I will. And I mean. Just talking about the teaser too, you brought that up, and I'm glad because I honestly forgot about mentioning the teaser as well. What do you think so far with the marketing for the event, with the two teasers that we've gotten so far?
Well, I noticed that also in this teaser, it shows the archway as the monster creature, whatever it
Lord
is,
of the Rings.
a little more. It shows it a little more in detail, and that's cool. But what does it have to do with the other footage of the basement door, or the door that's under Universal or whatever? You know, I would love a good tie-in at the end of this.
Yeah.
Don't just throw us 5 or 6 crazy videos that don't make any sense and go, here they are.
Right.
Give us an actual tie-in to the event, to the icon. If there is an icon, we still don't know. Let's see if they can tie this in together.
You want me to tell you what it's got to do with it, like with the first one?
What?
It means nothing. Zero. Zip.
Probably nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And so,
that's what I was figuring because I don't remember seeing anything.
And I'm like you. That's what's frustrating about this as well. I want to see. It seems lazy when it's all individual marketing, just piecing things together. I like it a whole lot better when Universal would actually try to tie the whole bit. Like that's what made last year so special. Is Oddfellow had a hand in every single thing from the scare zones to the houses, and that to me. That's creative. Like, that gets that creative juices flowing and lets me know they're really working hard. And granted, I mean, this is still early, so maybe, maybe they're going to pull something off that will surprise us, but it just doesn't seem that way to begin with.
For me, the last time they did it really well was 30.
Yeah.
Because in 30, you had, if you remember, in 30, you had the trailer for Texas Chainsaw where the guy's hiding in the little closet, and you see Leatherface kind of coming in through the panels.
Yeah.
And then they had all those individual houses as a trailer almost.
Right.
But then you had the other video for 30 where Jack the Clown is going down through the jail cells, and each jail cell has a different fear and a different thing going on, and that tied into Hill House and Texas Chainsaw with the girls on the hook, and certain things. So that really tied it together, and you had Jack the Clown icon reveal.
Right.
So that really works well. So let's get some more of that, Universal.
Yeah, and I don't even though 31 wasn't my favorite year, they at least tried to do that. Like, they had like the snacker.
The snacker,
all that good stuff, and then they tied it in with the last trailer where they tied all of those stories together. I still don't think that one was really done
Still
very
wasn't
well.
very,
but at least they were trying.
Right.
But that's it, friends and things. Let us know in the comments, what do you feel about A Quiet Place? Are you excited by this? Or are you kind of like us, where we're just kind of like, yeah, it's there.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Or are you furious that The Quiet Place is coming? Like I said, just let us know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe to this video.
That's right. And as always, remember,
It's hot. It's steamy. It's blood and guts time. Shout out to them. Without them, they give all the HHN info for you guys. So, like, subscribe, do what you got to do.